This isn't a Republican Party right now.
No.
And they know it. So there are those who were like, wow, this isn't the party I recognize. But what's the permission structure? Are you hearing it from any of your Republican friends in the business community that can be created for a vote for Kamala Harris at a time like this?
You know, I talk, as we all talk to a lot of people who vote for Trump, and I say to them, and I still can't sort of figure out, do they not believe it or do they not care? Do they not understand that our freedom is on the line? Do they not get that, or do they just not care? Do they take freedom for granted at this point? And I challenge people, and I say, you do understand that he will turn on this country, and he will turn us into Hungary. Do you not understand the freedoms that started, as you brought it up? It started with Roe v. Wade. It will continue. It will continue by putting his enemies in jail. It will continue on having unfree media. Are there people around this table that are really worried? Rev, are you worried going forward that you're on a list if Donald Trump is elected? Yes or no?
I'm convinced I'll be on the list.
I am too.
I don't know how we're not going to be.
And think about that. This is America. This is the United States of America, and people in the media, like the Rev, have to be concerned that they may be on a list. I have people saying to me, Donnie, are you worried? This is America.
Guys, I really hope you're prepared for what we're about to see over the next coming weeks. Because regardless of who wins this election, things are going to be crazy. And right now, the meltdown has already begun. The Democrats, the leftists, whatever you want to call them, they're already starting the meltdown. They're already showing their teeth. I think they can see the writing on the wall unless there's some type of fix. And folks, best believe they're already trying things. If you haven't seen the news, they're already tampering with this election. But that's a conversation for another video. Right now, we are already starting to witness pre-meltdown. You see them trotting out Obama and stuff like that a couple of days ago when I pointed it out. That was one of their last-ditch efforts, and it didn't work. And what Democrats always do, if they can't get you to bend the knee to them, if they can't get you to bow down to them and go along with the groupthink, with the hive mind, they immediately start attacking you. And they show you that, you know, your opinion and you yourself, you're of no value to them unless you bend the knee and go along with whatever they're trying to push at the time. And, you know, we've seen this white dudes for Kamala Harris and all of this stuff that's been going on over the coming months. Well, now that the polls aren't looking the way that the Democrats want the polls to look, they're coming out on channels like CNN and just straight up blatantly attacking white people. Just blatantly attacking white people like it's nothing. Openly being racist. And we see this a lot. But it's like, damn, is this really how you're going to try to treat people? An entire race of people when we're this close to the election? And now I know a lot of the leftists and the Democrat voters, they don't care. You know, they're weirdos that hate themselves and they have white guilt and stuff like that. I get it. But at some point, as a white person, you have to sit down and watch these people constantly dragging white people, constantly saying foul things out of their mouth against white people, openly, blatantly, proudly, and confidently. At some point, you have to realize, hey, wait, why am I voting for this? Why am I going along with this? These people hate me. These people absolutely hate my guts. And that's what the Democrats are already showing. They're already out here before Donald Trump even wins. They're already mask off, letting you know how much they hate white people. Yeah, they need your vote. They need the white dudes for Kamala Harris now, but they absolutely despise you and everything you're about, everything you stand for. And you can try to be an ally or whatever nonsense you think of. No, you're disposable. They absolutely cannot stand you, and they view you as their number one enemy. They don't view you as a fellow brother or American or a fellow human being. They view you as something lower than a human being, which is why they have the confidence to go on national television and to be openly racist towards you, because they've created this environment where, hey, you can't talk about anything. You can't even criticize someone if they have a certain skin color, But it's fair game if it's against white people. It's open season on white people. And if you think it's not, go ahead and check out this CNN clip and let me know what you think. And I'll be right back with more.
Former President Obama was back out last night. This is the first time since he was in Pittsburgh, and invoked the potential of sexism in his appeal to black men to support the vice president. Angela, should there be a course correction because there was so much backlash to that framework? Was it a mistake for the former president to say what he did or to say it publicly? What was your assessment of what we heard from former President Obama?
You know, I think that it's wonderful that President Obama is out hitting the trail for democracy, frankly. And what I think is a mistake is to let white folks escape the accountability that they must face for not showing up to save democracy themselves. Like, they want to get mad at presidential candidates, right, when they don't wear a flag lapel pin or they don't see you pledging allegiance to the flag. That's what they want to get upset about. Now, the face of patriotism to them looks like trying to tear down the Capitol in a terrorist attack on January 6, 2021. So the responsibility of saving democracy should be on the largest demographic in this country. That is white men and white women. I don't want to see a women's march with pussy hats come January if something doesn't go right. What I want to see is for them to march themselves to the polls, including today. We are in Detroit, Michigan for an early vote rally. In Michigan, early voting starts next Saturday, which is my birthday, Victor.
Happy birthday.
But today in Detroit, it starts today. There's a big event at Pistons Land. We will be adjacent to that event, talking to folks, Detroit voters, about what they want to hear, about the agendas that matter to them, about the economy, about healthcare, about ensuring that democracy is preserved, even if it's not perfect. We're doing our part. It's time for white folks to turn their ire and their attention to each other to ensure they also do their part.
Donald Trump hasn't even won the election yet, and they're already blaming white people. And folks, if you think it's bad now, just wait until Donald Trump wins. They say that, oh, if Trump wins, minorities gotta worry and gay people gotta worry. Trump's gonna do this, Trump's gonna do that. The reality is, none of that is true. Trump's been president. None of that happened, and none of that was ever going to happen. But you want to know what is going to happen if Trump wins? The left is going to completely lose their minds. They're going to be rioting in the streets, and they're going to be targeting people of a certain skin color. They're going to be coming after white people, specifically white men, because we are public enemy number one. And they are already letting that be known very clearly before Trump even wins the election. So as they act like, oh, we all got to be scared, who knows what Trump will do to us? The reality is, who knows what these people will do to Trump supporters once Trump wins this election? Because they've shown that they are the violent ones. They are the ones that can't tolerate people who think differently than them. And they're openly spitting hatred towards a certain race every single day. And you can see it across all forms of media. It's not just people talking on CNN. You can see it in the TV shows, the movies, the video games, the comic books, sports. You can see it everywhere. Just look at what's happening with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. There's an attack on a certain race of people, and it's not the race that we're being told, okay? It's people who look like me and a lot of you all watching this video. And what we're going to see after this election is we're going to see these people snap even further. We're going to see the things like what you just saw on CNN increase tenfold. Now, I can handle that. I don't care. But I just want you all to prepare for the level of hatred that we're about to see. Because they're constantly preaching about the hatred that's going to come if Trump wins. But the reality is, it's actually the exact opposite. And if you look at the election right now, if you look at how people are talking about this election, you can see the truth that it's the exact opposite. There's only one side that's really all about spewing hatred towards everyone and particular races of people. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.